All right, hey guys, it's Buffaque. So it's not a Spyderco for a change. Some of you guys are going to say, finally, man, all you do is Spyderco stuff. I know, it's my favorite. It's what I like. But this is not Spyderco. So this is a totally new brand to me. Artisan Cutlery. I'm not ashamed to say that as of a week and a half ago, I had never even heard of Artisan Cutlery. Yeah, I know. For a knife guy, I guess maybe that's kind of embarrassing. But again, I know what I like. I like Spyderco. I like Victorinox. So, you know, I didn't know about Artisan Cutlery. Never even heard of them. Long story short, went to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, was standing at the Spyderco table, which, by the way, they've moved it. If you go into Smoky Mountain Knife Works, it's not where it used to be. It's closer to the door now, like that main front door that faces the highway. It's where the gun, like the gun sales used to be. Spyderco's down there now. Yeah, I walked in, didn't see Spyderco, had a little bit of a freak out, and then realized, oh, okay, they just moved it. So anyway, went to Spyderco, was looking at some knives, and the guy working the Spyderco table, we were talking about the smock. And I was commenting on how nice the action is on the smock. Those of you who own it, you know what I'm talking about. Great action on the smock. Don't have one in my collection yet, but it'll happen one day. Anyway, he said that the action on the smock reminded him of the action on these knives. On the Artisan Cutlery, on basically any of their knives. And so that piqued my interest, and he actually walked me over to the Artisan Cutlery table, and he was like, check a couple of these out. These are really nice knives and very affordable. And the more I looked, the more I became intrigued. So this is the Hyperion in brown burlap micarta, which is a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. So you're not going to get this if you order just through Artisan. They're not going to have this. This is an exclusive that they've done through Smoky Mountain Knife Works. You can only get it in the store or ordering online through Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And I think it looks awesome. I don't like G10, but pretty much all other handle materials. I'm not big on stainless steel either because it's really slick in the hand. But you guys know with Spyderco, I love FRN. Micarta is great. It just has a really secure feel in the hand. Doesn't feel like it's going to slip out. It's grippy, but not like overly so. Again, this is the burlap micarta, brown burlap. So there's certainly different kinds of micarta, and this one just kind of has that vintage look to it, which I think is neat. Let's see what they say about it on SmokyMountainKnifeWorks.com. The Artisan Cutlery Hyperion brown burlap micarta, Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive, features a 3-inch D2 tool steel clip blade with a stonewash finish. That's cool. I like the finish. And I'm not huge on stonewash. I usually like a highly polished, like a highly reflective coat, but I don't know, that stonewash just looks cool on there. It's a manual flipper with a ceramic ball bearing pivot system. And the whole point of this, guys, is the action on these knives. Sorry, I'm holding it up here so I don't hit the tripod legs. But the action on these is just so smooth. Ceramic ball bearing pivot. Great action. It's a liner lock, again with brown burlap micarta handles and a tip-up pocket clip. It does work for left or right. No option for tip down. Most of us will say, who cares? We don't want it. A few of you guys are going to be bummed about that, but most of us, we're fine with that. Where was I? Lanyard hole and orange anodized backspacer. That's the coolest thing about this knife, in my opinion. Yeah, the action is really sweet. Great D2 steel, but that orange backspacer is just cool. Because you don't expect it. And matter of fact, when this was sitting in the cabinet, I didn't even see it. It was laying in the cabinet basically just like that. Like that's how I saw it. And originally, the guy who was showing me the knives, we were looking at one of their huge cleaver style, one of the Artisan cleaver style. I don't remember all the names. And you know, it weighed like a pound. And this very knowledgeable sales lady was helping me, and I told her, I said, this is cool and all, and it's got a great action, but I'm just not interested in something this big and this heavy. This is ridiculous. And she said, well, come over here and let me show you something that I think you might like more. I had my Mannix 2 in my pocket, and I pulled it out, and I said, this is the kind of weight that I'm into, you know, sub 4 ounces. And she was like, okay, well, they've got that. And so this is what she pulled out of the cabinet. And when I saw the orange backspace, I was like, that's cool. It's different. So the weight on this is 2.6 ounces. 2.6 ounces. This, by the way, guys, is the mini. This is the mini Hyperion. Artisan has they already have a line of Hyperion knives, but apparently they're a lot bigger. And from what I've seen, there's not really any distinction between the really big ones or the ones that are this size. Because I posted a picture of this on Instagram, which, by the way, the Buffaque 32 channel now has Instagram, so you can check out some of the stuff I'm doing there. But anyway, I posted this, and one guy asked, he said, is that the big one or is that the mini? And I wasn't really sure what he meant, so I looked it up, and I thought, yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, this is, I guess, what you would call the mini. This is not the big Hyperion. This is the mini size. 2.6 ounces, that 3-inch blade, stonewash finish, ambidextrous tip up. Again, it's that flipper style. D2 steel. D2. And if I can get the camera to focus, you can barely see there. Right there. D2. D2 steel. Designed by D Rocket. D Rocket. It took me a while to read that because that is really small. So D Rocket, obviously just the designer of this particular model. What a great action, though. I'm not big into flippers. This is currently the only flipper I have. I've had them in the past, thinned them out, and right now this is the only flipper I have, but the action on this is just so sweet. It really takes no effort to flip that blade out. Blade thickness, overall length, all that stuff, you can find the specs on the website. Again, it is a plain edge, no serrations with this. The model number, if you want to look it up, the model number on this is 1834M. M as in Mike. That's 1834 Mike-BR. I'm not going to worry with listing the barcode for you. What I'm trying to get to is I'm excited by this because it is something different, and I want to branch out and collect more, a wider variety of knives. There's all kinds of good stuff out there. This just happened to be the one that so far has kind of stood out to me as like, hey, it's not Spyderco, it's not Victorinox, it's not Benchmade, but it's still a great knife at a great value. So the price on this, and here's the coolest part of this, the price for this lists at $60. $60. Again, that's D2 steel. $60 for something with D2 steel? That's not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Don't pay $60, though. See, I just hit the leg on the tripod. Okay. Don't pay $60, like I did. So, they've got it for $60 in Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I was in the store, like I said. If you go to their website and you pull up this knife on the website, the store honors their website prices. And about half the time I've experienced their online prices will be cheaper than what they have in the store. I told my wife, I said, I wish that, you know, when they rang something up, it would just automatically ring up the cheaper price. But of course, they're not going to do that. But if you pull up your phone and you pull up the knife on your phone and say, hey, on your website, it's listed for $40.99. That's right, $40.99. And you take that up to the register, they'll call up a manager and they will absolutely honor their online prices. So you can get this knife for $40. I didn't do that. I was so excited. It's a new knife. It's something different. I'm digging it. I was excited to learn more about the company, to get it home, to get this video out for you guys. I just was so distracted, I didn't think about pulling my phone out and making sure that they didn't have a better price online. If I had, I would have saved $20. Okay. So you can pick this up for $40.99. From what I have seen and felt, it's great value. Great value. Just to give you a reference, this knife reminds me a lot of my Benchmade Proper. Very similar in size. Okay, the footprint, basically the same on these two. Yeah, you've got sheep's foot versus clip point. But both micarta. This is burlap. This is, I forget what they call that, micarta. S30V steel on the Proper. D2 over on this guy. I'm not really comparing them. You know, it's a slip joint versus a locking flipper. You know, they just remind me of each other because, again, the size is very similar. And with that micarta. So, is this knife going to be part of like my new EDC? I don't know. Possibly. It might be. Based off what I've used this knife so far, excuse me, it might. It might. Just because it's got that fidget factor. Sitting and flipping that blade is just it's just great. So anyway, hope you found it interesting, guys. Like I said, check them out. Some of you guys are already very familiar with Artisan, and some of you may be like me. Oh, by the way, it does have that nice deep carry pocket clip. That's the pocket clip it came with. Yeah. That's one thing that I really liked about it right out of the gate. Nice deep carry pocket clip. They definitely got that right. So anyway, guys, I hope you find this interesting. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time.